let's stop pretending that a certain style of dress says anything about a person's character, because it doesn't. A person can be wearing a suit and tie and be a bad person, while somebody can be wearing tattered clothing and still be a good person. A dress code doesn't matter.
What was your reaction to all this? Let's go. What was your reaction to all the hubbub over the dress code?
Mystifying again. You know, I maintain that don't we have a lot of really more important things that we should be addressing here about the Senate. But
Yeah, and he's correct. There's a lot more pressing matters to deal with than if one person wants to wear a hoodie and shorts to the Senate.
I think it's gonna just kind of we've all moved on, and that's certainly my hope.
Did you have any conversations with Senator Schumer about this or any of your colleagues?
I have not. I have met colleagues on either side of the aisle, you know, casually running in saying it. They're just like, hey, that's cool. It's no problem. I got no issue, that kind of thing. No one has directly come to me and said, you know, the world will burn if you know, wear a hoodie, you know, kind of thing.
I mean, Senator Manchin wants.
Though that's what a lot of people want to act like that, because Fetterman is wearing a hoodie and shorts that the government is falling apart and stuff, and that is far from the case. The government has its own problems besides just one dude not following some self-imposed dress code.
Wants to have a vote on the floor about that. What do you think about what he's trying to do here?
Again, he has his prerogative, and you know, if he believes that that's really the appropriate conviction at the right time, then that's up to him.
I mean, because the critics will say that you're undercutting a tradition in the Senate. People should be dressed in suit and tie. It's decorum. I mean, what do you say to those critics?
No, that's not really the case, and I'm not wearing, you know, hoodies on the floor as well too. I've maintained to just do the, from the door, and it was never my plan to do that. So it's really just kind of again part of another bizarre part of the whole thing.
Do you think that there's this place needs to be changed a bit? It's a little bit old school. I mean, do you think it's the fashion needs to be changed here in the Senate in any way?
Well, I'm one opinion out of 100, so I guess it will ultimately be determined through the opinion of my other 99 colleagues, except the other one that's, you know, at arraignment right now.
Why do you? I mean, I guess why do you not wear a suit? What is your reason for dressing like wearing a hoodie, shorts, and dressing like?
Comfort, basically. And you know, it's kind of hard to find suits, kind of this size too. And I believe that it's not the person that is made by how they dress as well too. I mean, yet you're still willing to speak to me, and I'm in a hoodie, and you're in a suit. You know, if you would have showed up, you know, dressed like Spider-Man, I still would have been delighted to speak to you because I know you're a professional, and I'm delighted to do that. So.
Yeah, he's right. It's not the clothing that makes the person, it's the person that makes the clothing. Again, a person can be wearing a suit and tie and still be one of the worst people to exist. It's not the clothing that dictates the character of the person.
And particularly our staffers, you know, are not well paid here in DC, and they work very hard, and that is a major financial burden, you know, including dry cleaning as well too. I have a.
That's true as well. He's pointing out that having to buy suits and ties and the maintenance of them is a big financial burden on those that can't particularly afford to do that. While, you have the Congress people that are paid freely by taxpayers while doing very little, and the staff members who do a whole lot and get paid very little.
But dynamic staff. I don't care what they're dressed in, too. It's like as long as they're comfortable and, you know, continue to serve our nation.
last thing I'll let you go. Bob Menendez, you were one of the first senator to come out. I mean, he's not resigning. How concerned are you about the position that he has taken?
Well, I was surprised that I was the first person to come out first because it's so stark. It's so like, he's got to go. And this, that arrogance, where he's now saying, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, my dude, you are going somewhere. And it's going to be an election or it's going to be a conviction or you have the opportunity for an honorable exit, and the time for that to really choose is really starting to go. And he has a chance to do that. Do the honorable exit and stop being a massive kind of distraction here for the Senate and for the nation.
Will you try to help his primary challenger?
Sure, absolutely. Because we need, this is a safe blue seat, and he could solve this immediately. The governor is ready to put the right kind of person right in there, and then allow to not even put that kind of concern into the dynamic of nobody ever thought that that seat would ever be otherwise in play in a safe blue state.